Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Monday, everybody. This is the VeeFriends Daily Comics Show Live. I am DJ Coffman, the cartoonist, comic creator here at VeeFriends. Just like the show says, I'm working on the daily comic strip for VeeFriends. What is VeeFriends? It's over 280 characters, designed to make positivity louder, like Accountable Ant here, Forthright Flamingo, Alpha Alligator, many others. We focus on making soft skills cool, gratitude, kindness, patience, and just putting more positivity out into the world. Could really use it. And this is basically my work stream, my warm-up stream. VeeFriends was created by Gary Vaynerchuk. There's Gary there. Gary V, you might know him as on the internet. He put the V in VeeFriends. I get asked that a lot, like what is the V for in VeeFriends? Because people that don't know Gary, Gary V is his influencer name, let's say, or his social media name. That's kind of the short version of that. He chose Gary V as his username, and he's known as Gary V all over the world. We have the VeeFriends trading card game, which is very fun. We have the VeeFriends Minis, which I'm about to open up one of these. Where is it? I'm going to open up this mini. It's the pencil toppers, collectible pencil toppers. I love them. And then we're going to draw some comics live. I'm going to open up some minis live. I'm going to do a warm-up sketch. And I'm going to talk about life and stuff. Talk about VCon coming up this weekend. The stream schedule this week is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 8 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Thursday, I'll be traveling out to VCon 2024. Can't wait to see you there. There's still tickets available. I think there might be some news dropping today. Some more news. I don't know. Let's see. I don't know. I'm just guessing. Any day there could be news, right? But there could be some news dropping today. August 9th through 11th. I'll see you there. I've got my official schedule, and I'll revisit this, but at the VeeFriends booth, Friends Fest area outside, August 9th, you can meet me. 5 p.m., August 9th, Comics Q&A. Saturday, August 10th, 1:30 p.m. at the booth, Comics Trivia. And then Sunday, August 11th, the Future of Comics. I'm going to have a little panel there. And we'll just play it by ear. And I'm also going to do some secret special chill and draw sessions. You'll have to follow me on X to kind of know where I'm at and see what I'm doing. So if you're interested in the comics or getting a piece of art or something like that, please follow me on X. I'll be posting where I'm at. YouTube definitely. Okay. Hey, good morning, Rocky. And of course, we're broadcasting all over right now, but we've got this new VeeFriends Comics channel. I'd like to suggest that if you love the comics, please subscribe to the new channel. There's a little shortcut for you there. We'll be doing a lot more work on this channel: comics, animation, live streams, and community. Good morning over on Instagram. 20 after. Can't wait to see you at VCon. Can't wait to see you at VCon. Let's open this up. Yeah, we got a little bit of delays on actually on all the channels. There's a 10-second delay over on Instagram. All right, let's open up the first mini of the day. This will be my pencil topper to start the day. Let's see what we get. I'm gonna hurry up here. I gotta set my timers. That would be a great idea, DJ. Great idea. I'll say good morning. Hey, look, we've got a detailed Be the Bigger Person, which is really a really good paint job on that one too. I believe I was told that all of these are hand painted, the detailed versions. We're gonna pop him on. Really funny because I made him the sitter for the day. Or, whoa, nope, no, stay there. Oh man, they're all. Oh, okay. Patient Panda took a dive. Let's just put Empathy Elephant in his place. Sorry, Patient Panda, just you wait down there. Okay, let's get into some warm-up sketching here. Hi, Steve, over on the new YouTube channel. What's up? This is where I'm pushing everybody to get to over there. There's the live chat. I think I've set the live chat to be visible. You should be able to like communicate a little bit better chat over there. I'll scan the chat, by the way, if you say hello in the chats. I'm live on Instagram, TikTok. I gotta get my chat open. And sooner or later, you know, like right now we're broadcasting across all these channels, but we'll probably, you know, pick a home base. But this is a big week for VeeFriends and VeeCon, and just want to make sure everybody's hearing everything this week. So thanks for watching. Appreciate you guys. All right, warm up. Get rid of these plugs. The warm up. If you have a VeeFriend you want to see, somebody last week said Gutsy Gecko. And I've done Forthright Flamingo this session. Gecko, Candid Clownfish is coming up. If you've got a favorite VeeFriend that you want to see in the warm-up, I did Aspiring Alpaca the other day. There's a Kindred Kangaroo. We're going to fill this sheet up. It's going to look very similar to this sheet. We've got a lot of, I do a warm-up every stream. I kind of just talk about how I go through that process. Let's get back in here. August Comics. Can't believe it's August, guys. What is happening with time? I don't know. Here we are. It's another Monday. FU Monday Mole. Okay, so my warm-up, I usually do the same thing. I'm going to add a little rough layer here. Oh, nope. Let's just get rid of that layer. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna draw in purple today. This is the warm up. This is Gutsy Gecko. I kind of zoom out. I take a look at the overall shapes of the heads of the VeeFriends. They're all very different, but some of them have different models of their faces. So I just like to get that triangular shape. Maybe a little body pose, like we'll just get in here. And I like that he's a gecko. To me, geckos are pretty fast. I want to avoid just a character just standing or sitting, you know, for my warm-up at least too. I want to just make sure I'm, you know, making him in action somehow. So we'll start with a little sketch like that. Of course, his tail is pretty dominant. I think I'm gonna make it even bigger. I'm gonna go underneath like that. Doesn't look like much right now. This is how I do poses. I'll show you some others that I'm gonna work on. Gratitude Gorilla today a little bit. We'll talk about that. Hey, good morning today in space. Hopefully I sound okay. Hopefully the volume's good. Over on YouTube, let me know. Simple J, see you there. We'll talk a little bit more about VeeCon as I'm getting warmed up here. Got some thoughts. Got some thoughts to talk about. Maybe do some planning with the comics crew later on. Some people show up a little bit late. And if I was going to do a pose, this is the Gutsy Gecko, so, you know, what I want to avoid is like the Geico Gecko. I don't want him just to be standing, but just do like a little pose like this. Or maybe he uses his tail. I saw the one pose. Well, it's kind of him bouncing. So like maybe we get his little torso, legs are in the air. Kind of like that. Try not to overthink the warm-up sketches. But I kind of like that pose. I like this pose and I like that pose. I like the variation of that action pose from the t-shirt. I think I'm gonna go with this one. And then I'll take this, grab that, blow it up. Fade it out. Maybe even more than that. There we go. Fade it out a little bit. I'll describe it over and over again if you're watching these streams, but I do get the questions about why do I draw in different colors, and well, why not? You know, that's that's really the answer. But there's, you know, I come from an old school comics illustration background, so we used to draw in blue lead first, kind of get the feel for our sketch without committing to it. We used to use photocopiers a lot, so blue lines wouldn't show up on the photocopies, and then it just kind of has a cool look to it. You just get used to that look and that feel, and it feels like when it's blue in a sketch, nothing's permanent, you know, which is cool. It makes your, you know, your imagination a little bit more fluid, let's say. I'm gonna have to put his belly down into it. I did there, actually. His other leg will be coming off. I'll draw through. Drawing through means I'm drawing through the image. I'm seeing the leg behind this leg. Sometimes artists will mess that up, but basically when I'm doing it so long, I can kind of see it without showing you that, but I'll draw through. His toes are a little, you know, more gecko-ish, so we'll get in there and like fix those up. I'll do, you know, 5 or 6 minutes of warm-up sketching before we get into our main work for the day. Try to do these streams as often as possible, Monday through Friday, and then, you know, when my heart says that I want to do more, because I would like to do some more, you can set, if I do a special surprise stream, it's going to be on the YouTube channel, so make sure you're subscribed and you hit notifications, because I might not promote it. It might just be something special that I'm doing, where I'm sitting down working on some sketch cards or working on some character designs, or, you know, just doing some deep work here on the YouTube channel. So if you're interested in that, you never know when I might pop up. Might be even nighttime streams. We'll see. It's just basically how I feel. You also see that, like, I didn't work on the face first. I kind of wanted to work on the body and kind of get that down, because the face, you can kind of throw yourself off a little bit if you're just doing like the face. Like, so I learned that from like working on like Spider-Man stuff and like Batman. You really, everybody can draw. Artists can, it's fun to draw those faces, but it's not so fun to draw all the body work. So you gotta, like, the face will be easy to do after you get an interesting pose, you know, because the Batman face or the character faces can just be kind of boring after a while, head sketches and whatnot. He's got a very distinct, I'm not doing a full color drawing here, so we're just gonna get the basics of his eye. I'm gonna have him looking back. Gonna have him looking back there. And whatever he's looking back at, he's happy about it. This is the first time I've drawn Gutsy Gecko. Little sketch here. Great pose, thanks, Miss Ailes. What's up? Uh-oh. Someone said this is lame AF. Oh, I'm sorry. Lots of people like it, so it's not for everybody. I hope you go find something else you like to watch. We'll talk about gratitude and stuff in a minute as I'm thinking out loud. It's one of the things about these streams is also kind of like a stream of consciousness as I'm drawing. I know I take the risk of being out there in the comments and trolls, but really not my first rodeo. Not my first rodeo. Pretty good at it. Got a good sense of humor. But all I guess I could say is like, man, if you got some like negativity and you're like, you don't like something, I don't know if it serves you to like, I don't know. Just wish you could find something you like in the morning, especially, what is it? It's 8:17 here in the morning, chilling out. I work here, so I'm drawing the comic strip full time. Instead of like droning out on social media and, looking for things to be mad about, I would say try to find something you like to do. Gutsy Gecko is here. Yeah, this is Gutsy Gecko. So sometimes that's how I take negative, any kind of negative comments. We've got a couple trolls, but that's okay. I hope you figure some happiness out in your life. I used to be that way too, a long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. I was a very, very angsty young man. And then, too much life happens, and then you realize it ain't worth holding on to weird anger, maybe biting your tongue a little bit. If something's upsetting you, you gotta kind of look in the mirror and go, why? Why is this stream with this man drawing this gecko upsetting me? I don't know. It shouldn't be. You could just turn it off if you want. And, had people turn around. We've had some people in the chats that were kind of like, rah, and then we talk to them and we find out that there's some stuff going on in their life. So I wouldn't say to the community, I wouldn't jump on people, don't, if someone's being negative or something, I would say show some empathy here. Show a little empathy and just kind of either ignore it or, I wouldn't like call them names or tell them to get out of here or something like that. I'd be like, hey, just hang out a little bit. Hang on a minute. Search up VeeFriends and see what's up. This is kind of a good looking gecko, I guess, for now. The spots, that was my timer to get moving here. I'm not happy with his feet. I'm just gonna fix the toes. It looks more like a duck feet. This is a gecko, so we gotta have those. We gotta have better toes. You see, like the toes look better there, than they don't look as good there. They look more like duck feet there. So I'm gonna go ahead and just, for the sake of the comic, because sometimes the comic will look a little the characters in the comic will look a little bit different than the characters in the cards versus the animations that are coming. Going to look a bit different. There's iterations on the character design. So for me, I want those gecko toes, right? That looks better. Kind of just even amplifying that a little bit more. Sweet. All right, I'm happy with this one. Oh, Miss Seal's got the Marvel card that I drew. Yeah, that's cool. It's from the Doctor Strange set. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I could sit here and just draw this gecko all day, but we're not gonna. We're gonna move him down here with his friends. Just gonna sit down here with the aspiring alpaca. Looks like they're maybe having like a dance off down here. That's what we're gonna do. And I'm just gonna clear that sketch there. Whoop. Nope. This one. Clear that out. And we're ready for the next stream. So we got gecko. Great. We'll do candid clownfish. I didn't see any others in the chats. Today in space, the angst was strong on us. That's right. When you get older, it's a lot of things just don't matter as much anymore. Okay. Let's do a real quick reset on what's up. I was in the right file for that. Turn off the warm-ups. This is the daily comic show. I'm drawing a daily comic strip for VeeFriends. I'm DJ Coffman. Before Craig asks, I also have my coffee here. It's delicious this morning. Highlander cream coffee. Love it. Any kind of questions or answers in the chat, I could do that. If you have any questions about VeeFriends that I might be able to answer, I don't know. You know, I can't do the customer service stuff really, but I could direct you to the right people. Alex, thanks for checking in. Driving to work. Have a great day. You too. A lot of people pop in and out of the streams. Appreciate you watching. VeeFriends is 280 characters with all kinds of different traits like gratitude, kindness, patience. Accountable Ant, created by Gary Vaynerchuk. Gary Vaynerchuk, as in Gary V, as in V is in the VeeFriends. I like to say this over and over again because I have a lot of new people that watch the streams and they're like, what does V mean? Well, the V in VeeFriends is for Gary V. He created VeeFriends. He drew them all. And we've got the trading card game. It's pretty popular and fun. They have a lot of streams for that. We've got the VeeFriends minis. And I think it'd be fun to just grab some minis here, and we're going to do the voting in the chat. Yellow versus green. I'm going to move up the meter here real quick. So yellow versus green. Put it in the chat. I'm going to wait 10 seconds or so before I start moving these because there's a little bit of a delay. So yellow versus green. Yellow versus green. Right now, we're trying to be the bigger person off the pencil. So, if one of these in here will beat him off, so that will be green. So we got green, yellow, green, green, green it is. Okay, great. We'll set the yellow up there. Let's see what's in this green capsule here. I like that I could turn my procrastination into content. It's pretty fantastic. Nah, I just like opening these. These are neat. We're looking for the detailed versions we have a lava bashful blobfish. It does not beat the detailed Be the Bigger Person. So I'm going to set the bashful blobfish there. And then we're going to get into the actual comic strips. Right? By the way, there's no comic strips scheduled this week. Oops. Whoa. Bump of that. There are no new comic strips scheduled for this week. We're getting ready for VeeCon. And I'll show you what we're up to. But we'll take a look at Saturday's comic. If you wouldn't mind going over to Instagram and liking this, sharing it, commenting. There you go. Miss Eel says, did the catfish safely return to a body of water? For now, the catfish is in good hands. Keith, what's up? Good morning. So yeah, this comic on Saturday. This was Saturday's comic. This will be the last daily comic for until after VeeCon. But you're going to have these streams. So I'm still going to be doing the streams all week, Monday through Wednesday. We're getting ready for VeeCon, wrapping up some stuff and traveling. It's a big, big week. But here we go. They've been walking for 35 days. You might remember. You may not remember, but I'm going to show you now. Inside the magic giant board that they've been walking since this strip. They were following Genuine Giraffe. He's on the road to VeeCon. They just decided to walk, I guess. Even though the bison was like, hey man, can we order an Uber? So they've been walking for quite a while. And then there's also a crew that was getting there by bus and kind of picking up some friends along the way. We also had people that were, and this actually was true. Let me go back, because the Saturday strips were all about getting to VeeCon. So this is the road to VeeCon week. This person was, YOLO Yak told him, hey, why don't you flip your way? Or actually it was the Admiral came out of the box and said, we can flip our way to VeeCon. We've actually had some of the community doing this, selling things to make the money to get out there. And they've done it. They've posted on, I think, Miami Mike, and a couple other people have posted that they've turned their clutter into some butter. That's a very cheesy one for you there. So today's strip, we see them back on the road. I think this might be the strip with the most characters in it, the daily strip with the most characters, because Amped II says, hey, why don't we hitch a ride? Hitchhiking won't work. Hey, friends. They just show up. As soon as he sticks his thumb out, the bus arrives. And wow, it worked. Heck yeah. Is there room for all of us and my Shirtzuka, the shirt cannon? Shirt cannons are not allowed at VeeCon. You must follow the rules of VeeCon at VeeCon.co. Clear bag policy, no Shirtzukas, unfortunately. There's always room for more VeeFriends. And what I was trying to figure out was, how are all these characters fitting inside this magic bus? And well, we have a fairy that's helping drive it. So I figured maybe she's made a pocket dimension inside of this vehicle. That's a very easy way to solve that. We can put all the 280 VeeFriends in there if we'd like, plus some human friends. And there you go. They're on their way to VeeCon. Can't wait to trade pins, cards. Speakers are going to be amazing. The music will be fire. VeeCon or bust. This is another thing I'll say throughout this week is really the community built around VeeFriends and VeeCon is like really the best. Really good people. So that's Saturday's comic. This will be for next Monday, and I'm going to start working on it right now. A VW camper, yeah. Westphalia. Westie. So yeah, after VCon, we will have. Let me zoom out here real quick. Make sure I'm on the right layers. Just gonna merge all those. Fade this out. We'll start working on this one, then we'll open up some more minis. We got a couple. We open up 5 per stream. Morning Bro Fit. So this comic, what we're doing this week with the comic strips is taking the week off from posting because, well, number one, I need to get ahead. Number two, the staff is incredibly busy. Everybody's kind of busy getting ready for VCon. We got a lot of things, a lot of moving parts behind the scenes. And so we're going to be live streaming here on the channel. I'm going to try to get a week ahead on the comics finally. So we're going to start building a buffer up and working here. So I'm revisiting Gratitude Garden in this comic. You might have remembered we had a comic a long time ago. I'm going to zoom in on this. Zoom out. Where is it? This Gratitude Garden strip where the garden was all dilapidated. Right? And then Patient Panda here saw that garden and was like, all right, I'm gonna start cleaning it up. And as he's cleaning it up, other friends start showing up to help. Persistent Penguin, Hardworking Wombat. They plant the seeds, and then it takes time, and then good things grow. When you plant a Gratitude Garden, Gratitude Gorilla tends to show up. So that's what we got. Revisiting gratitude, talking about gratitude this week and next week, but mostly this week. It's Gratitude Gorilla. As I work on comics for next week, so you're kind of getting a view ahead of the comics, and that's kind of how we're planning on going. So at this stage, I'm going to be doing some inks, and we'll just start right here on Gratitude Gorilla. I've got some of the concepts working right now for the Gratitude comics. I'd say gratitude in general is like one of my favorite topics to think about, because until you can learn to be like truly grateful for like the small things in your life, or even just, you know, we take so many things for granted, especially when we're younger. And then, you know, the older you get, the more life you experience, and then you really enjoy the small things. So hey Ken, good morning. Good morning, Ann. Miss Heels, the camper buses are not the same. There's some Westies, there's some Splitties, Split View, Westphalia buses, different years. Hey Kay, met us at the National. Kay, did you get one of these cards? Wait, hold on, Kay. I like showing off my little collection. I don't have a big giant collection. I'm sure it'll grow over time, but Kay met us out at the National Card Show in Cleveland a couple weekends ago. That was a really fun show. I'm glad you're hanging around, Kay. Thanks for watching the stream and reading the comics. Read the comics. So kind of, we'll ink him up, and maybe we'll jump around a little bit. I got some sketches of Gorilla going. I'll show this week. But yeah, it's a really good topic. It's probably one of the biggest, I don't know, let's just call it superpowers that humans actually have. It's like the power of gratitude. you're religious, it might be in prayer or something like that. But just in general, you don't have to be. You can be just thankful every morning. Or it's the best time to practice it is in the morning, I think, from what I've experienced. And it's still a process. It's like, oh man, you'll hear yourself complaining. I could say I'm the most positive person in the world, and I get that a lot from the people that follow me online, or my art friends, my artist friends. They're like, you're so positive all the time. But then I'll hear myself complaining about something, and I'm like, oh, why am I complaining? We've got it so good. But it's hard because, I don't know, we're trained, almost like we're kind of trained to look for, or the bad stuff is put in front of us or something and make us think about it. So like, for me, I'm like, it's pretty cool that I can draw up VeeFriends here. I think we're going to make pretty good headway on this comic today. So every morning for me, what my gratitude looks like, there's something I do and I just train myself to do it in the morning. Like when you're a kid, you might be told like, say your prayers in the morning and the evening or whatever. But I kind of just don't do that part. Instead, what I do, I don't know where I learned this specifically, but as soon as my feet hit the floor, I kind of force myself out of bed some mornings. I get up at 5. Thinking about getting up at 4. Let's see. But I get up at 5, even if I'm like, ugh. And I have some thoughts in my head, and I'm just like, the first thing that I do when my feet hit the floor is I stretch and I think like, man, I'm so glad I can feel my legs. Sounds weird, I know, but just because I met some fellas once that played basketball in wheelchairs, and they told me, like, it's like very, very rough basketball in wheelchairs too. I forget what they call that, but they told me, man, they took it for granted when they would wake up and just feel their legs hitting the floor. And I was like, that hit me hard. I was like, oh my God, I suck. Like, oh man. So I think about that all the time. It's like the first thing I think about. Or I've had some other friends, I don't want to get too dark, but like people that have dealt with some pretty bad illnesses, ALS and stuff like that. You lose those functions, and like, man, we take them for granted. So that's the first thing I think about when I wake up, is like, I guess my health. Even though I'm kind of out of shape, a little bit, I still can feel things and breathe, and some people have a hard time breathing, So even the small things that aren't perfect, I'm like, man, I'm so thankful that I have that. And the next thing is I think about the health of my people, my people, my wife, my friends, my kids, my family, my sons. And I'm like, you tend to worry as a parent, but instead of worrying, I'm just like, wow, how good does it feel to know that they're healthy, even if they've got a little bit of, maybe some minor health issues going on or something like that, but it's like there's nothing critical happening, and they're doing well, and they got food to eat. It's real simple things, The place where I live, for a long time I didn't like living in a small. I was like, this town's nah. Living in a small town, or feeling like living around negative people and just complaining about it, instead of, I don't know, really being thankful for being around different types of people. Almir said on Instagram. I'm from Sweden and I followed VeeFriends since the start, and I own an early You're Gonna Die Fly, one of my favorites, because that's it. Because almost all lives with Gary were at US time. I missed all the events around it. Any tips what I can do? I don't know what kind of tips I'd have, except that, you've got a cool character there. I mean, if you bought it just for the events and you missed the events, there's not much you can do. But for those that don't know what that means, we have these I'm going to try and describe it as much as I can, in my own way. VeeFriends.com. Like I said, there's over 280 characters. You can see all those characters up here, right? Now, sorry, what was your name? Almir said he originally bought a You're Gonna Die Fly. And when you bought the collectibles, the digital collectibles, and there were some activations, sometimes, or surprise activations, that means like meetups or things like that happened. So randomly, very randomly, I think that will probably still be a thing, because I just saw the Loyal Lobsters got lobster, like free lobster. So like wherever it makes sense, but I would say like just collect. My advice to anyone out there for collecting VeeFriends is to really collect for you. So like, if I were to get involved and I like humbleness and gratitude, I might try to get a gratitude gorilla or the humble hedgehog. I really like humble hedgehog here. That's my own personal take on collecting. Is I don't just collect for what might be worth something. If it has like a cool, all the version 1 NFTs got to, this kind of ties to, let's just talk about this. If you bought a VF1 You're Gonna Die Fly, which I don't think there was, I don't know why it's not coming up, but all the version 1s came with a ticket to VCon for 3 years. That was the basis, right? So VCon 3 years in a row, everybody gets a ticket that had a VF1. So if you're missing VCon, not much we can do about that. It's been in different cities every year, and it's in Los Angeles this year on Friday. There's still time to get a ticket, grab an airplane, and get out there. You know what I mean? Because, my advice for people, I don't know what's going on in your life and stuff like that, is I don't want to say I throw caution to the wind, but I like to operate on action. So if I have a feeling and I'm like, okay, or there's been times in my life and it's maybe not responsible. So like you're talking to a cartoonist here. Please don't take my advice. I always say don't take relationship advice from a cartoonist, but if you're feeling it, if you're feeling like I need to be there, then there's a reason. Like it's like an intuition for me. I'm not speaking for you. And if I couldn't afford to go, or if I had a credit card or something, but I really felt I had to go, I'd go. I've done that with other shows because like I go to Vid Summit, and if I couldn't have really afford it, I'd be like, okay, I'm going to put it on a credit card, because I think the value of being there and meeting the people and having the connections would be way more valuable than not doing it and regretting not going. So we live in a world where getting a plane ticket's pretty easy unless you're like completely broke. But if you were able to afford those things, I'd say invest in experiences. I'm just kind of talking randomly about this, but that's my thought. That's my thoughts. My tips would be to invest in yourself, invest in experiences. I'm doing that. You know, I invested in going to Vid Summit, which is another video show with my YouTube friends. And I just want to go, really, honestly, to be in a place where all my friends from around the world, I know they're going to be there. So I would say that VCon is very similar in a way, right? Like, okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I should have done all these lines here. I should draw the flowers in first. We're going to put a lot of flowers in this. And I like the heart-shaped flowers. We're going to do this. Loyal Lobster needs some love. I'll write that down. I just talked about Loyal Lobster when I was explaining the NFTs. I think all the Loyal Lobsters got some free lobster, right? I'm going to write that down. Loyal Lobster. I'll at least put a Loyal Lobster in the warm-up sketches. And I can't really say for sure where else you'll see him, but you know, we got a new cartoon coming out too later. I'm sure there might be some like more news on that at VCon this weekend. I can't say for sure because I don't really honestly know. So, or I would tell you if I was allowed. But yeah, I could put some Loyal Lobster in the comic maybe. Got some say over that. I think Gary'd be for it for sure. You know, my direction from Gary is like more characters in the comics if we can, which is cool. Come to Australia. You'll be my tour guide. I like that. I might take you up on that. You never know. If I could get like 4 weeks ahead or 5 weeks ahead on the comic strips, I might be taking some trips to different places. You know, that would give me some room to be like, okay, I could take a week off and go travel. I've never really been a big traveler, but I see the benefit of it now. But the things that I like to travel to and invest in are, like I said, experiences. Like being around the types of people I would like to be more like, and you know, things like that. So I don't need any of this because this is going to be very full of flowers. And little thank you cards. .472 watching right now. That was my little timer. Wow, it's very interesting that I have like a 472 watching right now. Probably a lot of them are on Twitter or X. Just a reminder that there's a new YouTube channel. You can get there by going to VeeFriends.com/YTComics. Subscribe. We're going to have more comics, animation, live streams, and really building out this community for the comics and some, you know, let's just say the storytelling of VeeFriends more and more on YouTube at the VeeFriends Comics channel. It's brand new. I'm streaming there now. There's a live chat. Rocky's over there. Helmet's in there. Helmet. Today in Space is hanging out. What's up? So just again, a reminder that the VeeFriends new comic channel is there, and that this will be my schedule at VCon. The unofficial schedule will be meet me at VCon. Friday the 9th, I'll be at the table or the booth or the whatever it is. I can't describe it to you because I'm not allowed to say yet. But I'll be at the Friends Fest VeeFriends panel. You won't be able to miss it. Trust me. 5 p.m. Friday. Saturday, 1:30 p.m. I'm going to do some comics trivia. Maybe have some things to give away at the comics trivia. And then Sunday, August 11th, I'll be 11 a.m. at the booth, and I'm going to have Future Comics. We're going to have a little talk about comics and my road to VCon and stuff like that. And then, depending on the schedule, secret special chill and draw sessions. So I'm going to find a place to post up right around there, inside the show, whatever. Nice place to chill. And, I'll have some drawing supplies with me, and the time and places are to be determined, but I will post them on my DJ Coffman Twitter or X, and probably on my Instagram stories. I'll probably say, like, here's where I'm at for the next hour or so, if you want to hang out. Or I'll be catching some of those speakers too, because I'd like to watch some of the speakers at VCon. But that's my booth, my official booth schedule. And there's going to be it's not out yet, but there will be more. But this is just to let the comic fans know this is where, for sure, you can find me. Otherwise, you can just find me. I look like this. I look like this. I'm probably wearing a hat with a skull and pencils on it. And don't be shy. Say hi. Come on up. Come on up and say hello. And if you dig the comic, maybe I might have something a little special for you. A little something limited for the first few people that say hello, Mano? I'm just going to call you Mano. Mano asked, am I the main or only person who draws the VeeFriends characters? I am the main creator on the comic strip. So the comic strip, the daily comic strip, I draw the VeeFriends, yes. There are other artists and freelancers and whatnot that draw for the other VeeFriends products. But maybe I'm like the only front-facing, my face and name. Some people don't quite want to be out there. We've got really the children's book that Gary wrote. Steve Lamb illustrations by Steve Lamb. Really wonderful children's book illustrator and animator, I think. But he does all kinds of. Let's get out here. I just want to find my favorite one. One moment. Now you got me. I love the way that he draws the VeeFriends in like a children's book style. I love that. There's the Harpic. So yeah, we'll have many different artists drawing, just like you would Marvel or DC or something like that. But I'll be here. I'll probably be the only one that's doing this because I'm crazy. This is crazy. No. Takes a special kind of. Other artists I know, like, I guess it's my unfair advantage would be that I'm able to talk and draw and hang. And I love doing the storytelling aspect. I love the VeeFriends characters, I really do. Like I said, it just aligns with my own personal belief system. I believe that we should all look for more positivity. It sounds very like Mr. Rogers or whatever, but it's so easy to wake up and turn on the news and have the stock market's crashing and World War III and then you're stirred up and you're gonna have a miserable day, or you could wake up and be like, you know what, I'm so thankful that I got good friends, and what am I thankful for? I'm thankful that I have a supportive wife. that my sons are happy and healthy. Maybe not completely happy, but they're healthy, you know. So like, that I can draw, you know, that when my iPad died last week, I was able to go and replace it. I don't think that there were definitely times in my life I couldn't afford to do that, you know. So I'm very grateful to be able to have a career and people watching right now. Very thankful for all that. All the new friends that I've made at VeeFriends, probably some of the best people. You know, Gary and Andy and May, and like I can't just name them all. Just the whole team. Good human beings. And that also, we do a lot of thinking about let's just do see you. See you at VCon. We do a lot of thinking, you know, and the VeeFriends is a definitely like a positive brand in that Sesame Street way, but then like there's this deeper feeling that like, ooh, you know, we really can make a difference in people's lives and how they feel and like how they're approaching things, and everybody's kind of going through some stuff. And you know, Gary's content in general is very inspirational, and like you can do it kind of motivational. But the VeeFriends is a way to kind of like take that to a different level, different audience maybe, you know. But the spirit behind VeeFriends is very strong. The spirit of VeeFriends is strong. How could you be against positivity? Like, how could you, I mean, I've had some people say to me personally, they're like, wow, DJ, that's really idealistic. Like, wow, that's cute, but that's not how the world really works. It's very cynical takes, hot takes. And I get it. I totally get it. Where people are skeptical, like, what's the catch? You know, when are you going to try and sell me something? And, you know, there's definitely things for sale at VeeFriends, but the comics are free. The vibes are free. The vibes are priceless, you know, I think. Mr. Rogers is low-key awesome. Like, the pauses he took are impactful because we live in an age where nearly everything is being rushed, if you know what I mean. I do know what you mean. I got some Mr. Rogers stories for you. When I was a kid, my grandma, I would get stuck at my grandma's house. Not stuck, but, you know, dropped off or whatever. My dad would be working. I'd be little, real little, talking 5, 6. And I always wanted to watch, like, Nickelodeon or some kind of... And it was back when, you know, that stuff was edgy. You can't do that on television and stuff like that. The original. Alanis Morissette was on there, you know, if you know what I'm talking about. But my grandma would put Mr. Rogers on the TV. And I'd be like, I'd wait for her to leave the room, and then I'd flip it over to Nickelodeon. But she'd always put Mr. Rogers on. And like I said, my grandma was pretty religious. She was a pretty sweet, old religious lady. And but she's always very supportive of my creativity and my art, even when I was little. Like, she could see that I had a spark to do it. And then Mr. Rogers, you know, had his crafts. I would just be forced to watch Mr. Rogers. I didn't like it. I was like, ugh. But now, as an adult, I really appreciate the time that I had Like, it's really weird that I have a craft closet. I've got a little drawer full of scissors and paper and glue, and I could make just about anything, right? So I think like subliminally, that positivity of like you can do anything if you put your mind to it was instilled in me, probably through Mr. Rogers and Sesame Street. You know, and that's cool. I don't think I can't say we don't have that right now, but I can't think of anything that's doing that for kids right now in the way that he did it, or that was growing up in the 80s was, you know. And I'm a Gen X kid, you know, so like I ended up being a very angsty, didn't really help my entire life. Like I grew up in grunge, you know, mosh pits and stuff like that. Cut my teeth there. So all of my family dysfunction, you know, came out in the 90s, and then I became a young parent. I was a young parent. I was a dad when I was 20, you know. Crazy. And even with my kids growing up, I think, you know, I remember Blue's Clues and like Bear in the Blue House and, you know, stuff like that. I was just talking to my son about that. We were getting haircuts. Now he's older, you know, he's 26, right, Dylan? I don't know if Dylan's watching. He's 26, making a good life, and we can hang out, eat breakfast, have some beer if we want together, you know. It's a cool thing, but never would have. I think I tried to put Mr. Rogers on for my kids, and it was the same thing, you know. I don't think kids really want to watch that, but and now, you know, to think that like, well, if we can get that same vibe through into Dylan got him 26, right? Not 27. Rocky loves seeing a painter in the comic. Yeah, Rocky's a painter. Yeah, my son's over in the YouTube chat. He hangs out. He watches the show. He watches the shows, or he listens. Dylan. He's also a fantastic musician. Actually, Dylan is named after Dylan Road, which was out in the desert. I grew up in the desert too, you know, on Palm Springs, Coachella Valley, Desert Hot Springs. Dylan Road was where in the 90s they had generator parties, they were called. I was about 14, went to a generator party that was, I felt very out of place because it was like a lot of adults doing a lot of adult things, and like we were the kids sneaking in there, not sneaking in, just getting a ride up. And it was in the middle of the desert, man. No cell phones back in those days. They would bring a generator out, hook their band's amps up, and you had like Caius, you know, Josh Home out there. Not at the one I was at. I don't think he was there. He could have been, but there's just a lot of like grunge bands and stuff. There's a cool documentary about the generator parties on Amazon. I forget what it's called, but it was a whole thing. But I only went to one ever, and I was 14 and a little bit like scared, because I was like, whoa, there's a lot of adult stuff happening here. Crazy. The girl had some distress, and they had like couldn't call an ambulance, you know. Maybe she, you know, got a little too inebriated, let's say. Rocky said, not the same, but Mr. Beast isn't bad for this generation. That's true. I mean, yeah. I think what's really weird about the generation that's coming up, not weird, but just different, is that, and I knew this from working my old job too, was that like still like 80% of kids, when you ask them what they want to be when they grow up, they want to be some kind of influencer. They want to be like a creator of some kind, which is cool. But it's also like, oh no. We need to teach kids that it's okay to like, you know, not be like famous or something like that. Like, you can make a good living doing like trade work. I know some YouTubers that do like channels about trade school and like becoming an electrician and like plumbers. Roger Wakefield, one of my acquaintances, I'd say. I'm not really good friends with Roger Wakefield, but what Roger Wakefield did, and this is a good message to anybody out there, this is very Gary V vibe stuff. Roger Wakefield was a plumber in Dallas, okay, and what he did was he started taking his camera on his along with him, and he only did this because he realized that YouTube was a huge search engine. So suddenly Dallas plumber, he became, without spending any money, he became like the top plumber go to at like Dallas Plumbing. He would show up, and then his YouTube channel blew up, and he started showing people like how to do all that stuff. Like, so if you like fix your own stuff, fix your own plumbing. His thumbnail game is pretty strong. I don't know if you see those thumbnails. He's always he's a wild guy. Like, I don't know how old he is now, 60 something, but I'll see him soon out at Vid Summit. But he's a wild dude, and he's an awesome guy. I always bring him up because I listen to him talk. I listen to him talk at the bar. I listen to him talk officially, and he's got such a great story. But he's got like a trade school, like where he basically or not trade school, like he talks about people in the trades. Because right now there's not a whole lot of people to do that type of work. So, and then it's okay to have both, right? It's okay to be a plumber and then, or have a trade, have a job, and then go go work on your own stuff for fun. Michelle, what's up, Michelle? She just got to San Diego yesterday. Excited for everyone at VeeCon. That's what I do on the stream. By the way, if you're watching over on Instagram, we have this new YouTube channel that we're on. We have 600 people watching right now. Most of them are probably going to be on X. I'm trying to funnel some people to the new YouTube channel as well. So make sure you subscribe over here. We're going to be doing a lot more things on this channel coming up, especially after VeeCon. Comics, animation, live streams, and building out a community. Really appreciate your support. VeeCon, I'll be there. That's my schedule for VeeCon. We'll talk more about that this week. I'll be live Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday this week, 8 a.m., 9:30. Today's Monday. And let's open up some minis. Let's do that. We'll do I always like to do a season 1 versus season 2, but orange versus yellow in the chat. Give it up. Yeah. Bobby said, you must have both. What are you going to influence people about if you have zero knowledge yourself? That's right. That's right. I always like to say that you're a mirror. Like, I can teach people about comic strips and things like that. There you go. Thank you. I didn't know VeeFriends had a YouTube channel. VeeFriends has a regular YouTube channel, but we've just launched this new VeeFriends Comics channel. So if you're liking these streams, we're going to be doing these a lot more. And I'm going to do bonus streams probably here on the YouTube channel. So subscribe and set your notifications. It's only for the people that are paying attention. If you want to know when I'm live, I might be working on some fun extra stuff on the YouTube channel. All right. Orange versus yellow. Let's go in the chat. We got yellow from Craig. We got yellow from Dog Mama. We got yellow from Rocky. We got an orange from Keith. We got a yellow from Steve. And that's it. Yellow it is. Let's open up the VeeFriends Minis. What are these VeeFriends Minis? You might ask yourself. If you go to VeeFriends.com, click on the word Minis. They're cool collectibles. They're seasons 1 and 2 out right now. They come in these vending machines around the country. There's a map here on the website that you can go to. There's rarities. So right now, I'm dealing with a Be the Bigger Person detailed. But there's also gold and diamond. The diamonds look a little like this. That's a Driven Dragon diamond we pulled last week. So what I try to do is I try to see who's in here and to see if they pop off, if they beat this. And it can be based on my own feelings and whatever. And, oh, it's like a really Be the Bigger Person type of day today. Got a bubblegum Be the Bigger Person. Actually smells like bubblegum. Smell it. And, because I chose him to go on the topper here. Actually behind me, you can't see, but over there, I actually picked him up because he was missing. There's a larger Be the Bigger. I mean, this is like a Be the Bigger Person just decided to come in and take over the stream. Crazy. So we've now pulled, but we'll keep the detailed Be the Bigger Person on there. We'll talk about what that means, Be the Bigger Person. Like, how do you... Someone's trashing you or hot trashing you. How do you not react? Troll back? How do you show some empathy? Kind of figure out where they're coming from, or maybe try to help the person without trying to be like condescending or anything like that. You just gotta, if someone's having a bad day, how do you just give them a hug? That's kind of what's going on there. The grumpy cloud. You know, we got this grumpy little cloud. Cloudy. Whatever. He's having a bad day, and this person's just like listening to him. There's no mouth. There's no eyes. It's kind of freaky a little bit. I've heard. People told me that. But I think it's just about listening. You know, listening, being there for someone, being the bigger person. Maybe in your own personal life, stuff like that. Anyways, we've got 2 seasons of these minis. Seasons 3 and 4 will come out real soon. I don't know when. I don't know. Let's get back to drawing. Again, if you're going to be at VCon, make sure you're following me because I'm going to do those chill and draw sessions. I don't know. We're going to see. We're going to see how it goes. Let's get back to the comic. If you missed the Road to VCon comic on Saturday, there are no new comics that are coming out this week. What we're doing this week is I'm working on the following week after VCon because we're so busy behind the scenes working on all kinds of stuff. Are the comics available in print? Not yet, but they will be at some point. There are plans for that. Stay tuned for that. Thank you, Uporium Comics. Uporium Comics, do you have a comic shop? It's interesting. If you're new to VeeFriends, let me know in the chat, please. But if you have a favorite VeeFriend, if you want to talk about that in the chat, your favorite VeeFriend and why. If you've done it before, you don't have to do it. I know there's some repeat people. We got Dog Mama, Thought Wrong. Dog Mama's is, I'm remembering now. It's the Bulldog. Badass Bulldog. Thought Wrong likes the Harpic. Craig is all about Gary B. Keith, I don't know what your favorite is. Oh, actually, Kind Warrior. Keith, yeah, of course. Duh. Rocky's got the Devil. By the way, if you're going to be at VCon, come definitely find me. If I owe you a sketch card, I will have them with me for you. I figured give them to you in person. If you're not going to be there and I owe you a sketch card, I promise it'll get to you. I'm a little worried because there's a couple of them out there that are not getting where they're going yet. Although Tom finally got his catfish. So that just takes some time. Just be patient, I guess. Thanks for your patience. The sketch cards I'm talking about are... It's really cool to see these kind of coming to life out there. I just do them. This is a way that I kind of say thank you back to the community. No one asked me to do this. I just felt it. Started on this stream. Victor bought a radical rabbit, and I said, man, if you show me you bought a radical rabbit right now, I'll draw you this sketch card. That was number 1. Here's Keith's Kind Warrior, kind of tribute to his friend. Here's Gary's Tough to Beat a Worm from the Dirt. Drew that up in New York. We got the catfish. We got the trophy card. Ron got that. I like being able to, I probably won't always, we're in a special time right now. Maybe we won't always be able to know everybody's names, but I like the community and I like to know. It keeps me sharp, keeps my mind sharp. Ernest Ermine here went to Chan, Kawabunga Chen. You might know his backpack. And if you don't know what I'm talking about right now, hang out in the community, man. It's cool. The VeeFriends community is cool. Corso, legendary Corso, has a legendary lemur, and it's the first time I did a twofer. And right now, I'm really digging on this fox card. This fox card was really nice. So maybe we'll do a stream where I'm just doing nothing but some sketch cards. I got a few to do. But if you want to see that, make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel and set your notifications to on, because you never know when I'm going to pop in there and get in there. Rocky says his number 2 is Amiable Anchovy because he tries to be amiable every day. Today in Space says Adaptable Alien is his favorite because falling in love with adventures. Astronaut and learning. Okay, cool. Doing a special one there for Thought Wrong. He made a special request for his Harpic, but I'm gonna wait to show everybody that. Gary B, its industrious nature serves as a symbol for hard work, interconnectedness, and growth. I love that. Yeah, what a trip! Like, what a trip! Like, I don't think I'm ever going to get used to it. I told Gary, and I told some of the crew, I'm like, I can't really believe I'm working with Gary, and I call him my friend. Because, like, it's just weird. Like, life is strange sometimes. Like, you never know what's going to happen next. If you would have told me this 5 years ago, I would have been like, nah, that's not practical. But you put your mind to things, and gosh, I'm just really thinking about gratitude here and how grateful I feel to be a part of this. These are Gary's toys. You know what I mean? Gary, these are literally Gary's toys. Like, he made these, and I feel very, very fortunate to be able to be trusted to work on them, because I take it very seriously. And that faith in me makes me even more stronger in the brand and the mission to make positivity louder. What do we got going over here? There's a sad person here. Very sad person. Let's just draw him out. Yeah, so if you're new to the stream, thanks for watching. These are what these streams are. It's me working on the comic, me opening some minis, me having stream of consciousness, thoughts, memories sometimes. If something pops in my head that's, all ages for me to say, I'll do it. We try to keep it all ages. I wouldn't necessarily say it's completely for little kids, but it's definitely for the 8-year-old and everybody. just like when I look back at Peanuts comics right now, I never really liked Peanuts when I was a kid. I was more of a Bloom County kind of kid, Calvin and Hobbes. But now when I open up the Peanuts books, I'm like, wow, there's some deep stuff happening in the Peanuts, man. And how cool that is to be a cartoonist. And being a cartoonist is more how I define cartoonist, is basically an artist and storyteller. You know, you don't have to do like full-blown realistic artwork. You're conveying a story and a message and a feeling. So even like here, we've got a kid that's looking sad, looking bummed out. You know, why is he bummed out? Let the art kind of tell the story a little bit, you know. Maybe he's got like a pins in his hat. But yeah, now I think of it like you almost have to be a little bit of like a philosopher of life and like go out there and experience life. And I've been through a lot, not as many as most, but I've been through some stuff that gave me, and I didn't realize what Gary was saying now that I think about it, but Gary told me in our first meeting with Andy, and he's like, this is the guy, like, you're the guy because you're seasoned. Like, and he meant like, I've been through it. Like, I've been through some stuff, you know. I've had the career that went up and down and failed, and I've worked different jobs, and I've worked in corporate. You know, I was married for 16 years and been through that. Relationship-wise, I raised 3 kids. All those life experiences really made me a better storyteller and a more empathetic human being than someone that was just looking for a paycheck or, you know, to hitch my wagon onto fame or something like that. I don't care about any of that. I really don't. You know, I'm very stoic about all that stuff, but now I understand it was more than just the faith that I could draw it and do it, and I had the skills to do it. It was like, oh, I've been through it. You know, I've been through some stuff. I've seen some stuff. I've got the experience to do it. There's other artists I know that, like, if I gave them an opportunity to work on a daily comic strip or even a weekly comic strip, they wouldn't make the deadlines. They wouldn't make the deadlines for themselves or be disciplined to do it. And or any extra stuff that would be given to them, they would freak out, you know. And I'm just, as long as I have hours in the day and I can breathe and whatever, I'm down to work, put the work in. And yeah, it's nice to make money, and you know, got goals to get out of personal debt and stuff like that. We'll do it. Keith, that means a lot. He said his favorite card is the sketch card I did for him. I appreciate that. I realize it's not realistic to do these cards, so people that are getting these cards right now are very lucky, and I'm only kind of doing it for the ones I feel it. I'm a real, like, do it when I feel it kind of person. So I think I might lock those down a little bit. So they're going to be, you know, I want to keep them special. They're nothing that you can buy. A couple people asked here, can I buy those cards from you? No. It's all about, if I have a connection with you, if I see your name on the stream or, you know, something like that, I definitely want to kind of give back, and for that very reason too, because, like, I know that's very humbling, Keith. Of all the VeeFriends things, to say that you like that sketch card the best is very humbling to me, like, because there's a lot of cool VeeFriends stuff. There's a lot of grails out there, you know, that you could want. I really appreciate that. But you know that. You know what's up. Keith knows what's up. Hope you're feeling better, Keith, by the way. Hope everybody's getting nice and healthy for the big VeeCon weekend coming up. All right, we got 5 minutes left in this stream. This is going to be red. This is going to be orange. Let's try to knock off this character from the top pencil topper. We got red already. Boy, that TikTok chat is fast. It might be almost real time. Red. I'm going to wait 10 seconds. Red, orange, red, orange. YouTube might be even more delayed. That's okay. We got red. Red, red. Oh, there we go. Red. Red it is. Let's see who's in here. But I'd say, like, you know, take your time in the mornings. Watch a stream like this or get a good podcast going or something like that. It actually helps me, too, to just sit here and kind of think through some things and talk before I get into my day. I got a long day ahead of me working on some things. And this really feels good to start my day this way with you guys. So I appreciate you being here. We've got a lava genuine giraffe. That does not beat a detailed Be the Bigger Person. And we're going to try one more. One more, but I think Be the Bigger Person is going to win this day. Unless we got a gold in here or a diamond. Let's see what's up. So yeah, if you like the comics, enjoy the streams this week. There are no new comics coming out this week until after VeeCon. But I'll be here on the stream working on some stuff, hanging out. You know, dropping some not real alpha, I guess you could say. All right, who's in here? Oh no, I lost him. It is a lava flexing fox. Does not beat the detailed Be the Bigger Person. Be the Bigger Person has won the mini battle today on the stream. So you'll see this comic and how it ends up next week after VeeCon. You see here, there's a little kid that's kind of, or not a little kid, but a person that's kind of sad that VeeCon's over. You know? So you have to enjoy the moment. Right now we're anticipating. Isn't that cool? Like, everybody's in this moment of anticipation like Christmas. They're like, I can't wait for VeeCon to see all my friends, to make new ones. And then before you know it, it's going to be a memory. You know? So, but just really enjoy that feeling of anticipation and start planning and making your plans for VeeCon. I'm sure you'll see like an official schedule or something soon in the app, or you know, you'll be able to like plan your day out, speaker schedule, who's talking when, stuff like that. You know, and then I will be there all 3 days. You can find me at these are the official times. The official times I'll be at the booth, Friends Fest area. You won't be able to miss me. 5 p.m. on Friday, 1:30 p.m. on Saturday, and 11 a.m. on Sunday. And I'll probably just be hanging around a lot around this booth. And then I'm going to be doing some chill and draw sessions where I'm just chilling out, maybe doing some sketching. I don't know, however we're feeling at the time. There's 659 people watching right now across all the channels. I know that many of them are on X. I know that many of them are already VeeFriends family. So I'll see you there at VeeFriend at the VeeCon, hopefully. You got to get there. You got a couple days. Get the tickets. Just get a ticket and get there. Get to VeeCon. Trust me, don't pass on the experience. Invest in experiences. And please, everybody watching anywhere else, go to the new YouTube channel. VeeFriends.com/YTComics will get you there. Subscribe. We're going to be doing a lot more on this channel. Really appreciate you hanging out here. I'm going to do surprise streams on this channel, only on this channel. So subscribe, hit the notification bell, if you want to be notified when I go live. I promise not to go live at like 5 in the morning. I won't do that. But I could go live in the evenings. Who knows? That's how you'll know. So be rewarded. We'll see you soon. I'm DJ. Thanks for watching the Daily Comic Show. I'll see you back here tomorrow at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Sound good? We'll see you soon.